is my first live on YouTube. Sorry, trying to get the camera right. I'm guessing it's live. I keep seeing messages pop up. So let's see how it goes. I was trying to get my iPad set up so I could see if it was on. Anyway, today I was going to show you my swap cards that we got for the new online exclusives, and they are all amazing. First, I was going to show you the this is the new July online exclusives products. We have some Christmas, there's some summer flowers, violets, and we have some Halloween. This is the violet suite. More Christmas, and I have the Christmas paper I was going to show you. More Christmas, and then a really cute summer happiness bundle. I did get the um, washi tape, and I've seen some really cute cards with this. And we have some fall. Here's some scarecrows. And let's see, poinsettias. I've got a beautiful card to show you with this poinsettia set. All of the cards that we have in this swap. Here's the leaves, some fall leaves, Halloween. There's some more of that violet stuff. And I think that's most everything. We have a new punch, a punch and a new, these white gable boxes, and I'll show you a really cute project that Stephanie did. And then I'll show you real quick the Christmas paper. This is side 1, side 2, side 1, side 2, side 1, side 2, side 1, side 2. Can't you just see these in a shadow box? Side 1, side 2, side 1. I think this is one of my favorites. And side 2. And that is a stitched season 12 by 12. Colors are cherry cobbler, old olive, peaceful pine, pecan pie, real red, and secret sea. I'm working on swap cards now with Christmas stuff. And then I wanted to show you, this is a new paper that we have, one-sided, and it's called Shimmering Stripes 12 by 12 Specialty. Let me see if I can get the glitter to show up on the screen. I think the sparkle is showing. Oh, maybe not. That's all glitter, those stripes. It's gorgeous, silver stripes. And I think you get 4 sheets in the package. And then we have some fun gingham. This is side 1, side 2. You can see I've already used some of this side. Side 1, side 2. Now these are all of the in colors. Crisp cantaloupe, barely blush, hydrangea hue, peaceful pine, and golden glow. So you get a sheet of each. Well, you get 2 sheets, and they're front and back in each color. Golden glow and crisp cantaloupe. And I know that that peaceful pine will be fun to use with some Christmas cards. And then I also used it with the violets um, set for a swap card. And one other thing I was going to show you, we have a new product coming out. It is a new hot foil system. And I just got mine, and I will show you. This is the little machine, and then it comes with an instruction manual. And it has, this is your silicone mat, uh, and the hot foil spacer, and then it comes with this silicone mat to sit your machine in. And then this is a magnetic wand that you can use to pick up your dies because you use dies for the foiling. And I'll show you, this was the foil set that I was particularly wanting to get was this one and this one. And they have the greetings, happy birthday, cheers to you, sending hugs, just a little hello. Here's to another year. Have a lovely day. I'm so lucky to have you. Here's to a lifetime of happiness. Thank you. Sending bunches of love. My heart is with you. And then this one is happy birthday, get well. Thank you, thinking of you, and celebrate. And these will cut out and foil these words. And they are, look at the different shapes we have. Those are really pretty to use on a card. And then this is what the foil looks like. Let me open this. This is the gold. I think it comes in gold and pink and gold, light pink, and silver. And this is what the gold foil looks like. It's really thin. See if I can get this. Really thin. So I cannot wait to play with that. Like I said, I really debated on getting it. I wasn't going to get it, but I just really like how the greetings looked. Okay, so that's our sneak peek for the hot foil system. Put this back here. You can see they have some butterflies, some numbers, the words, a whole panel, flower panel, and then look at these leaves. Those remind me of the Journey. I don't remember what the name of it is, but I never can remember the name of that stamp set. Okay, let's get to our cards. Like I said, these are from the July online exclusives. First, we're going to show the Halloween. Hi, Susie. I'm so glad that you came on to join me. Oh, hi, Cindy. Yay. I'm not used to watching for people, so um, the comments. So this is, I'm going to try to do a live and see how that goes. Okay, so we have this cute little gable box by Stephanie, and this just fits together like this. Well, of course, I can't do it on, and then this will just slide over the little handle. Is that not an adorable treat box? These would be adorable for your grandkids or daycare or neighbors. And that is I think I wrote down what sheet this is. This is the White Gable boxes and the Spooktacular designer paper. See if I can find it in here real quick. Spooktacular. I looked these all up so I could see them, uh, and I don't see it. Spooktacular. Well, shoot, I can't find this one, but I know that it's online. Page 11, Spooktacular, page 11. Page 11. Well, guys, I don't see it, so we'll move on. But this is by Stephanie Alton, and she lives in Texas. And then we have a card by Laura Nigro, and she used that in color gingham paper. This is the Golden Glow, and look at this little spider. It's on one of the little wobbles. And it's a fun fold. So cute. Stamps and dies are the Web of Fun on page 8. And then she used the new shimmer brush in Golden Glow to, oh, where am I golden? Oh, my Golden Glow is in my scrapbook set. I haven't gotten it out yet. And then these cute little, look at this little bat. Is that not the cutest? Very cute, Laura. And then we have Susie. Is this not the cutest? There's that little spider. And she used her white ink pen to draw the web down to her spider, and then she colored in the little face on her spider. How cute. And I think did you color in the your spider web, or is that no, she embossed it. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. And then it says happy night. And then this is the new embossing folder. Um, did she mention that? She did not, but it is called uh, the new embossing folder is, thought it was back here. Swirls of Magic. And that can be used, I mean, this looks great for Halloween. I've seen it used for the 4th of July, patriotic cards, and I also see it a great use for Christmas. And I think you could probably maybe use it for fall when your leaves are swirling down. So that is a very nice multi-purpose embossing folder. Very nice, Susie. Okay, and then we'll move on. We had 2 sets using this new fall, or 2 cards using this new fall set, and that is from the kitchen table stamper, Marissa Alvarez. And then she also used some of that gingham, and she used this new wood embossing folder. This is, I think I wrote it down because I didn't see hers. Simply Leaves bundle on page 7, and that gingham paper. And I think I forgot to look up the embossing folder, which is the wood one. The wood one. Uh, no, I saw the fall stuff, but I didn't see the embossing folder. But it's a wood, like a slice of wood. Uh, Thought it was here with the fall stuff, but I keep overlooking because I'm trying to hurry. Well, I know I mean, I didn't write it down, so oh, here it is again. Here it is again. Here's a bigger view of it. And this card is by Stacy Ray in Wisconsin, and she used some of that gingham also. I love how different these are, but yet they use the same, almost the same products. This is called the Textured Tree Ring 3D Embossing Folder on page 11 in here. And then she used in color dots. She used the crisp cantaloupe gingham and basic beige cardstock. Uh, and then that's the Simply Leaves stamp set and the punch. This comes with a punch. So I love how different these are. And then Marissa used some of the in color butterflies. Look how tiny, and they're so cute. And then she used, I think this is from All of Flutter, the butterfly set, and she used a piece of vellum to make her butterfly. And then I love this ribbon. This looks like gossamer, reminds me of gossamer wings, is what that reminds me of. Beautiful cards. Marissa and Stacy. And go check out my friend, the kitchen table stamper. That is Marissa on YouTube, and we help each other. Now, this is the poinsettia one that I was telling you was coming. This is from Kathy Anderson, and she also lives in Texas. Cover up that address. Look how pretty this is. And this is an easel. It's a side easel. And it will sit up. I did not get this set, but man, I am rethinking my choices. She used that new Christmas paper that I just showed you, and she used the Pretty Poinsettia dies and the Textured Notes dies. And then a Stitch Season was the designer paper. And then she used antique pearls. It looks like she's colored those. You can do that with your alcohol-based markers. Anytime you want to change the color of one of your embellishments, just take your alcohol markers, your Stampin' Blends, and color them. Anything that's white or clear, you can color. And I've even colored over some like that were a pale yellow or whatever that I needed a different color. I've been able to color over those. Sometimes it takes two coats. And then that stamp set is a pretty poinsettia. And then, of course, she used her Wink of Stella to color that. I don't know if you can see the shine and shimmer, but it is beautiful. That is a beautiful card. Kathy, thank you. And then we have a card. I was trying to keep like ones that are similar, use the same stamp sets together. And then this is Pamela Corman. She used, this is the tile card. I don't know if you can see the embossing here where she's embossed this into a tile shape. And then she made hers into a fun fold. She also used some of that gingham paper, and she used both sides. So we have the front side here, and then for the inside, we have the back side. That's a beautiful card. And it's called, she used her hydrangea hue gingham and the crisp cantaloupe cardstock. And then she used the inked floret is that stamp set. It is a beautiful big flower if you want a big focal point. And then she used low profile dots and some of the shades of green hexagons. Very pretty, very nice. Thank you, Pamela. And then we move to Oh, here's one using, this is a Christmas one, and that's using that same swirl embossing folder that Susie used. And see, we've got it now used with Christmas and we've got it used for Halloween. So, and this just looks like swirling snow. What a cute card. And that is by Kathy Longsheath. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And she used the Woodland Wishes polar bear. And then she used the Halloween set, Oh My Fright, the big tag from that set, die set. And then for her iceberg, she used the cloud die that is in the Halloween set, and she used it for an iceberg. How clever is that? Let's look at that set real quick. It's right here. And see this cloud die? This is what she used for her iceberg. And then it has the big tag, and she used the big tag on her card too. Here's the darker image of it. Maybe you can see better. This cloud and the tag. So I loved how she made a Christmas card out of that Halloween set. And then she used this little package that's sitting on his back is from the Wild Bunch, which was a product of the month you can get for $5 if you have a $75 order. And I was trying to see if my comments were froze. Um, and then she used the hydrangea hue ribbon here. That is such a cute card. See, sentiment inside is Woodland Wishes, sending love and joy this Christmas. And then she speckled white paint on her tag and used that Swirls of Magic embossing folder. Very nicely done, Kathy. We have the best group of team swappers. And then we have, this is the Violet set. And we have 3 cards with it, including mine, which I wasn't especially happy the way I finished the front of it, but I do love the rest of these. Okay, this card is by Wendy Ongst. And she also did one of those diagonal cards, and it says, I appreciate you. And then she used several kinds of the designer paper to decorate it. And then she used the die for a leaf and the violet flower for her inside focal point, or I guess embellishment. And these are all different sides of that designer paper. And then she stamped it with I appreciate you. And that set is called Framed Violets. And then she also used the Violet Dreams designer paper. And she used, this came from Lovely Arrangements dies. And then she also used the Peaceful Pine in color dots. That is a beautiful card, Wendy. Thank you. And it looks like she used a little Wink Stella on there. Is that Wink Stella or is it one of the new pins? Nope, it's Wink Stella. We have a new glitter pen, glitter brush, and we have one in, it's one in all of the in colors. And so this is the shimmer brush. This is the, it's not quite, well, this is purple, and what colors does she use on here? It's not hydrangea hue, so that wouldn't have worked. You can see the difference in the color. This is more bluish. She used Highland Heather on this, and then I think I used grape on mine, but And then here's our second card with this same stamp set. And this is gorgeous, and it's by my friend Jamie Adcock. And I just realized I don't have my friend Kathy's card. This is a box. Did she tell me what it's called? No. But it makes a box and it sits up like this. And then, surprise, it also opens here. Beautiful. This is beautiful. I told Jamie that she has to teach this card. So Jamie used, this is all this designer paper from the set, Violet Dreams. And this is the Framed Violets bundle. Yes, I love purple, and I really like the soft purple. I used the darker purple on mine, and I ended up I wasn't that happy with it, but and I tried to use this oval with the scallops, but I couldn't get mine to die cut correctly. It's like it kept being off, it was cutting off like too much of this to get this. So I didn't end up using it. I just used a punch and layered it. So that was Jamie Adcock. She lives in North Carolina. And then this was my card. Now mine is what they call a quilt background where you and then I just put a piece of the designer paper in here, and this is all designer paper. Same, I used all the same stamp set and the same greetings. To make the background, all you do is take 3 pieces of your designer paper, and you can see here I did some with some smaller pieces, and I tried different colored backgrounds for them. These were just some leftover small pieces, and I just layered them up. And in fact, all of my swap cards I use for onstage were all using this little quilt template. But basically, you take 3 pieces of designer paper, make sure they're all going the right direction. This doesn't have a direction, so. And then you take your cutter. Now, I used my little guillotine cutter. And you cut wherever you want. You do not have to have a certain measurement. Like some people say, oh, we have to go inch here and an inch. It's like, no, you don't. All you do is take your paper, put it in where you think you want a nice piece. Cut. Okay, there's our first cut. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to divide it, maybe a little more. Okay, move this out of the way. And then we're going to shuffle these. I'm going to shuffle these around. Let me get rid of my little background here. So that's not, or I could do it on the white, I guess. Okay, so you just take your pieces and lay them out. Now we're going to shuffle. So there's that piece. We'll shuffle this to where we get the black piece. And then we have the white piece. And then our next card would be Susie says, all those cards are gorgeous. They are. I really enjoyed this swap set. Okay, we need to swap this out. So there's our second set of cards. And you just pick the background. Like I said, whatever background you want. You could do it on white. You could do it on, pick one of the colors out of the papers. And then there's our third card. No particular measurement. Just remember, how your pieces go. I did cut one time where I had a heck of a time figuring out. I guess it all got mixed together. And I had a heck of a time figuring out which piece went where. But that's how you cut that quilt cut and shuffle background. And you can do it with any papers. You can even do it with, like, make one of the pieces plain white. Like if you wanted to stamp directly on the your background instead of putting, a focal point. Or you could stamp on the, say this was white, a white panel. You could make, stamp directly on this and then add like a flower or something like you could have added this flower like down here or something. But I just used the punch and layered it and then some of the gingham to divide the card. And like I said, it was okay. It was not one of my favorite swap cards that I've made, but I do think that the cards turned out this swap group does amazing cards, and I'll lay them back over here for you to look at them one more time. Some of the envelopes out of the way. I'm missing a card though, and I don't think I've gotten it yet. It was Kathy Schmidt, the backyard stamper. I don't think I've gotten hers. I am trying to picture it and I can't. So I will have to show it. Cover mine up. There you go. And then of course the cute little treat box. And I just thought they all turned out so nice. And your only requirement was that you use, something from the new July online exclusives. So they sure turned out amazing. Well, that's all I have, everybody. And thank you for joining my live so I could experience the live with the comments for the first time. And if you'll leave me a like and subscribe, I would be so grateful. That tells YouTube that you like the content and you would like to see some more. And then again, go check out my friends, the Backyard Stamper on YouTube, and also the Kitchen Table Stamper on YouTube. They have great content, and I know that you will enjoy it. Thanks, everybody. If I can figure out how to stop.